Hello, I'm Matthew, and this is my personal narrative speech. The novel coronavirus has affected every corner of this earth in some form or fashion. For the United States especially, it has placed almost every state in a stay-at-home order. For weeks, it has caused our healthcare workers and first responders to be the front line of this virus, battling for our health in their everyday. For me personally, the virus has affected my family in ways we did not anticipate. My oldest sister and her husband have a very active 1-year-old daughter. With my sister's husband working from home and having his office in my niece's play area, it has pushed my sister to spend her days with me and the rest of my family at our home. While she is fortunate to have other place to spend her day, having 2 additional people inside our home on a daily basis brings its challenges. Mainly with my middle sister and I having to take Zoom and other online platforms. As I mentioned, my niece is a very active 1-year-old, which is great on most days, but on days when my sister and I have class, it could be a cause for distraction. I am the type of person that learns better in a person setting, therefore having all my classes move to distant learning environment has been really tough. I can be easily distracted, so having to sit in front of the computer and try to stay engaged in class has been a struggle. But I understand the steps necessary to ensure our health and safety. Probably the toughest situation for my family has gone through is the scare we had with my elderly grandmother. She started to run a low-grade fever and was not feeling herself. My parents decided to run the risk of calling the paramedics. Luckily, she tested negative for COVID-19, but the fear of her being infected was really strong. She did have a kidney infection that required a few days in the hospital. She had to be completely alone with no visitors for roughly 4 days. Thinking that she was alone in the hospital also had its fears. But she surprised us all and was incredibly positive about her situation. The most uplifting out of her stay was how kind the nurses were, and not only with her, but also with my family. They always got back with us with updates and were nothing but understanding towards our anxiety of her being alone at her age. The next hurdle for my family will face an emergency back surgery for my mother will undergo in just a few days. She's had a nerve pain for some time and she was looking to have this surgery when the pandemic shut our country down. She's at the point where her surgery can no longer wait. We have been doing our best to ensure she is in health in order to make this surgery as smooth as possible. She will go into the hospital alone and hopefully will be home by the evening of her surgery. If this pandemic has taught me anything, it's to expect the unexpected and having the utmost compassion for each other. We never know what others can be dealing with in their personal lives, so it never hurts to be kind.